Hello and welcome to an actual play podcast of Daemonologie, an upcoming tabletop role-playing game. The game is a work in progress, so rules may change, but the stories will remain. Hello everybody, we're back to Bristol, and so as always, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Alex, I am the medium, and I use he, they pronouns.
I am Siobhan. I am playing Tanazart Walad Baragsen, and I use he, him pronouns.
Hello, my name is Fionn. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be playing the druid, Sir Rumpert.
Hi, I'm Josh. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing the thaumaturge, Piotyr Benedictus Kershimov.
And I'm Felix. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Dr. Jude Shottimang, Reformed Rogue. And I must say that I did enjoy that Fiona and I, over the Zoom call, had the same reaction to Siobhan hesitating on his name.
Yeah, that was weird. It's like you completely forgot yourself.
It's a sound thing. It's a sound thing.
Yeah, it's fine.
I slowed right down, and so couldn't even hear myself speak.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah, I also had the quite fun reaction of Siobhan. Have you forgotten everything?
I am Siobhan. Yeah, that sounds about right.
we don't have Mo for the first half, but we'll have them for the second half. They'll be here soon. So sads for no Eli, but oh well, we'll get there. So yeah, let's do a little recap. What happened last time?
All bloody hell broke loose, in a manner of speaking. The dog got named. Dog is now called Clem. That was very important.
Yeah, most important point.
I don't necessarily remember the rest of what happened though.
Well, Rumpert spent most of it drinking in a pub.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
I remember Piotyr didn't get to do much and then became 10 foot tall, found the demon's lair, and did you burn it to the ground? I don't think you did.
Not only did I become 10 foot tall, but we ransacked a lair of the hand, frolicking, taking all matter of dark artifacts, while I streamed sensuous and protective myrrh out of things of all sorts. And while still 10 foot, I think I carried Eli on my shoulders through the streets, yelling at Bristolians to not be afraid of me.
Meanwhile, the worst storm that Bristol has ever seen in history is raging above it and threatening the riverbanks to burst.
Tanazart had to deal with a plague of locusts, didn't she?
And she dealt with that by creating the biggest storm that Bristol has ever seen.
I think it was efficient.
Do you? Is that what you think?
And that's what she thinks too.
Lucky you. This is why you're the least experienced member of this party.
What was Felix at? Felix, what were you up to? What was Jude
and Martha attacked Spanish Keira Knightley.
Mm-hmm.
Penelope Cruz.
Depending on your preferences.
I refuse.
They have to be different characters.
She is very much Spanish Keira Knightley in my mind, so she can't be.
You refuse the cruise.
I feel like
I'm not going to launch into some punnery. That would be good.
I like to think we've been above that for most of the time.
We've generally avoided puns.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes, and sadly, I think we might find out that she's been rotisseried shortly after their arrangement.
That's awful. I've got a horrible picture of poor Spanish Keira Knightley. Stuck in Sainsbury's.
I remember at college I studied The Road by Cormac McCarthy. And because we were adolescents, we all found the fact that there is a scene with a barbecued baby. We found it very, very funny. And
he spit roasts the baby.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, when someone says it out loud, it's horrible, isn't it?
But because we were despicable adolescents, we found it hilarious.
As adults, you find that distressing.
Yes, very.
And a little funny.
Yeah, it's a little bit funny, but mostly distressing.
Just a little funny.
So the other thing is we ended having a look at the merchant venturers, which was Aflame, and that was the point that we ended on. It was, steam rising up from it from the storm that is currently raging. So let's pick up exactly where we left off. The merchant venturers is completely aflame. Are you doing anything about it? What's your reaction to this?
Well, I think Rumpert will look around and check if there's anybody else watching the building burn down.
So a small crowd has gathered. Not many people, mostly people with vested interests in this building because it is an incredibly bad storm. You hear shortly afterwards a bell raging just a few streets away.
So Rumpert turns to the nearest townsperson and says, "Monsieur, une fire brigade?"
Oh, oui, sir. Oui.
And Rumpert then will, when the fire brigade arrives, he will attempt to join them in putting out the fire.
Lovely. So a few carts blaze down the street with several people in thick coats. I don't know what fire brigades would look like in 1600s, but I'm going to imagine just a fire brigade, but worse.
All white, coated in asbestos.
For their health.
It's mostly just gents in pot helmets and buff coats, sort of covered in water.
They have large buckets of water, probably specially made carts with it. And I'm not going to spend any more details talking about the fire brigade because I've no fucking clue.
Okay. Rumpert runs to one of these big buckets of water, dunks his heavy woolen cloak into it, wraps over the top of his head, takes his axe out, and attempts to batter down the front door.
Yeah, lovely. Right. So there's a string of actions that I'm wondering what I should query. I think it is battering down the door because I think there's a degree to which these for the fire brigade are not going to halt the terrifyingly large man who's willing to help. So yeah, go straight in for a brawn. The brigade meet you quite happily and accept your help with excitement as you're.
I'm going to give myself 4d6 because I've got 3 fitness, skilled in brawn. I don't know if I have any relevant. I don't really have any relevant knowledges to batter a door down. Would a situational die be that maybe it's fire damaged?
Nah.
All right.
Because part of it is avoiding the fact.
Fuck no!
Fails
not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it.
Fail.
The fire rages up and he backs away.
Okay, so you smash your axe into the door and it blows off. It just the building just completely erupts. Rumpert, you're sent backwards. I'm going to need a resistance test from you.
Okay, so that's Constitution.
Yes. If you've got resistance, it's an extra dice.
I am skilled in resistance.
Very good. I love that in this game you can spec into not dying.
And I have yet to do so.
I also have like some leather armor on. I don't know if that'll help at all.
Yeah, I'll reduce damage by 1 for that. And also the fact that you've done I'll give you a situational dice because you did say that you doused your cloak in water.
Thank you.
There's successes. Okay, so you take a minor injury, which is light burns, because you managed to shield yourself just in time, and the fire mostly collides with your cloak and sends you billowing to the floor. A member of the fire brigade then rushes over and says what they probably should have said earlier and says, excuse me, sir, excuse me. You got to stay away. You got to stay away, sir. It's not a place for you to be meddling. We're trained professionals. We're meant to deal with this. Now, please step back, sir. Please step back.
And Rumpert kind of like from massively on the floor nods and grabs Piotyr and levers him to help him up.
So
I'll help him up.
The flames seem to just be billowing further and further out of this building. Can someone make a perception test for me?
Yes. Hold on.
Can I ask what we can smell?
Yeah. You also make a perception test for me then. Right. So, we've got a success from Jude and a devil's bargain for smelling the burning building.
You fucking...
Listen, I got 2 successes.
not.
Can't I just perceive everything?
Okay. I'll just let it slide. We can move past that little failure, and unless you want to take the devil's bargain.
I don't want to take the devil's
You don't want to
bargain.
take.
Thank you, Josh.
Okay,
Thank
so
you, Josh, for that.
So Jude, as the door blows out, you see, you get sort of like a glimpse inside, and the ground floor of the Merchant Venturers is this quite large hall area with a number of different desks for sort of like reception purposes and little plaques to be like, who do you want to talk to, and some sort of like small waiting rooms of like chairs. You sort of see into this place, and like the entire insides are just absolutely engulfed, but you see just very briefly before the flame just sort of like billows back up again, you see these 2 big pools of lava just like out of the ground, just bubbling.
Oh, I just don't think we should go in there, to be honest with you.
Interesting. Is this also the building that I had broken into
Yes.
a while ago? From where I'm standing, I presume that all of it will be burned down, right? So there's nobody else in. I can't see anyone else, or anyone really.
Do you try and get a bit closer and have a bit of a better look?
Yes.
You've got that success, so you can ride with it for a bit.
Do you want to take my cloak?
Can Piotyr? Well, bear in mind I'm still 10 foot tall at this stage, so I don't think I should necessarily be the one putting your cloak on.
No, but I can give. It'll drown Jude. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Pyotyr's still 10 foot tall.
I will execute whatever the part. Wait. Can someone else check to see if this fire is magical?
Ooh,
I can. It is magical. On account of the lava. How else would that have appeared?
I know what I want to do.
What do you want to do?
I know what I want to do.
What are you going to do?
Turn myself invisible and immune to the dark magic, so I could just go in and explore.
What talent is this? What have I put into this game?
Judas part Fae. So I've chosen swimming like a fish and turning a Twilight Sprite, which allows me to turn invisible for an hour and be immune to dark magic.
Oh my goodness!
That
what's the immune to dark magic talent or speciality? What's
Twilight
that?
Sprite.
Twilight
it's a
Sprite.
spell.
Oh wow!
It's one of the many Feybound spells.
Wow.
You better not take it out. It's my favorite.
No. Twilight Sprite for 1 hour, you become a bit. Fair, okay.
Can I go in?
But yeah, you.
I would perhaps, Jude. It would be an idea to go like sneak towards an alley, then turn invisible.
Fine. I thought I could just go in between Piotr's legs and disappear there.
Yeah, to be honest, the eyes are on me at this stage.
That's such a Fey image to just crawl through someone's legs and not come out the other side.
So can I?
Yeah, I want that to happen. I don't care. I won't
Very
up
good.
hysteria for that. It's fine. I want that to happen more than I want to punish it.
I've been very convinced that Jude should not have any magic up to this point, until I read the Feybound stuff, and I'm explaining it by the fact that he's been carrying around a Fey artifact for so long that he's accidentally been imbued with magic, so he makes do.
That's really lovely.
So his eyes will glimmer ever so slightly, and then he will just vanish.
I'm
going in, but avoiding the pool of lava, hopefully.
Because because the magic started the fire, I think you'll get some resistance to it as long as you're careful, but the fire itself will then just be fire.
Just fire.
So you're going to have to be careful with how you go about this building. So maybe can you make a dexterity test or maybe an endurance test?
I can try. So dexterity will be oh my god, absolutely not.
So Jude, you start to enter the building. What way do you go in? It's tragic to ask you this now that you've got clearly a failed roll in front of you, or devil's bargain, but we'll talk about that.
Alex, could you describe the where this building is in relation to like the layout? Like, is it on like a dock or a pier, or just?
So you know what? Can I not just make my life easier by re-rolling this with a fate point?
You absolutely can. So the building is sort of in a line of sort of similar. I really thought you got the exact same rolls for us.
Yeah, so did I.
It's in a line of sort of like similar looking buildings in terms of there are some quiet warehouses. But this isn't the main sort of like area where the warehouses are. It's a few streets over from the docks proper. It's sort of in like there's only so do you know Bristol?
God, no.
There's this big valley that continues up with the river, and this is the part of town which is at the bottom of the hill that leads up to the don't know what the peaks either side of the valley, and so there's no real way out the other side of this. The merchant venturers building is sort of in that choke point of where there's a street that leads into Bristol and into this docking area that's at the foot of this valley.
On the bright side, if it's at the foot of the valley, surely when the flooding starts, that fire's going to be put out pretty quick. So there is a bright side.
If there's any pool of water that Jude can jump into, he can also swim like a fish for an hour. So I can get out.
So we're sorted, really.
Instead of a devil's bargain, you get some successes. So how do you enter this building?
I think the smart thing would be to try and enter through a part of it that seems less ablaze, and once I enter, to sort of keep down because of the smoke that would be traveling upwards.
Okay, so you try and you head down like one of the alleyways to the side and enter through a back window that hasn't yet sort of like caught fire as much. You're able to make your way to the room with the pools of lava to get much more of a better view, and you can see just crawling out of these pools little stubby legs and this body made of pure molten fire that looks lizard-like.
Salamander.
And above in the room is this figure floating in the hallway, arms stretched out in front of them, and
like a zombie or like a priest,
like more like a priest.
Cool.
And they are completely almost blurry. It's like things it's like their form is constantly falling, as if they're sort of like overlaid onto like leaves that are falling in the in autumn.
So they're not there. is the implication.
Yeah, they look
themselves.
ephemeral in some way.
What would the party like me to do?
How strong are you, Jude?
Jude is like Jude outranks all of you. Remember?
Oh yeah, I'm clinically aware that Jude outranks all of us. As in, what I'm wondering, dear Judy, is could you murder that there salamander?
It's not just the one. The two are clearly crawling out as the conversation, not conversation, as Jude is looking on.
Okay.
Before I say what I think Jude should do, can I ask what the front of this building is made of? Is it made of wood or stone?
It will be a mix. It will be mostly sort of like treated thick wood. So it's not like easily catching fire, but it's clearly blackening and charcoaling.
So I ask a stupid question. It doesn't look like I could run through it.
Run through the wooden front.
On fire.
On fire as a 10-foot tall man.
It wouldn't be a test. It would be a challenge. I'd be after 2 successes. Okay,
because my question is, if Jude calls for help, Pyotyr's in. He's just in right there, ride or die.
So I think here's the situation of like if you fail because you're 10 foot tall, you're still going to get through. It's just like you're going to batter through a lot of wood that's on fire, which isn't actually.
But that would at least distract them from Jude, who's invisible.
Yeah, definitely.
But again, Jude is invisible.
So what does Jude do?
I mean, I can engage with. My only concern is I don't really know what me interacting with the salamanders would do to the figure. I know that I'm invisible, and also if I am damaged, I can run away. I'm going to go on a limb and say that the salamander might have strength that is lower rank than me, which is 7, my rank.
Maybe.
Because at night, is it nighttime? It is nighttime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do have a trait that allows me to kill a monster whose strength is lower than my rank. If I'm undiscovered, which I suppose that I am, based on the virtue of there being fire all around and me being invisible.
Yeah.
So I can kill one.
Say you're quite undiscovered.
I could kill one, shout for help as a free action, hopefully. Hopefully shouting does not count as an action. And then sort of move along the wall so that
the difficulty with the shouting for help of it all is none of us have a spell granting us immunity to magic. So if we run in there, we are running into lava.
Well, it's not the whole place.
There are pools of lava.
Yeah.
The things
I see. Well, my point kind of still stands.
So it does a bit.
So you go ahead with this.
I can kill one, but not the other.
I don't think it might not be worth killing one.
I'd argue it is.
I'm gonna have.
Siobhan, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to push for a decision.
How much havoc will they wreak if we let them go here?
Well, here's one important building on fire.
Yeah, this is what I think. I think that they could. Well, I mean, what are they doing in there? First of all, they can't just be setting the building on fire just for that. This must be part of like a bigger thing. So I think
kill one, and then draw them out of the back.
Is there a back?
Well, Jude came in through the back window.
Oh,
okay. So you going ahead, Jude?
Yeah. So
can you?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Describe what you do.
I'm hoping to use the Eagle Eye talent, which says such: you deal double damage with rage attacks if undiscovered. At night, you may instantly kill or immobilize an unalerted human or monster whose strength is lower than your rank.
Lovely. Yeah. So how do you do that?
Well, the only thing that I can throw at this bitch is a knife. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to aim for its neck, I guess.
Aye.
Do I roll?
No. You throw the knife into the neck of the salamander. It's about the size of a small dog. The knife just sort of sinks into the neck. It gasps its mouth open. Fire just erupts out of it, and it sinks back into the lava. And can you make a Dreamcraft test for me?
I don't want to, but I will. Look at that. 2 in virtue.
Wait, before you roll. Wilcox, might vitalism be applied to a Dreamcraft test?
In the real world, in this situation, I will allow it.
There we go.
Watch me fail. I'll just fate. I have so many fate points. I'm so... Fate is on my side. Never mind.
Double success.
Ooh,
Lovely.
Big success.
So you see the figure whip its head around and just look where the knife has come from, and you feel its presence just wash over you, and it has no idea where you are, where that knife has come from, or how you've done it. But you feel like they are trying to perceive you in a different plane of existence.
The Eye of Sauron.
Yeah. So you get a good glimpse at this figure. They appear quite vivid, almost like high contrast, high saturation.
Right.
Like
Technicolor.
Huh?
Technicolor.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is Jude still unseen? And in which case, does that mean that he can still use Eagle Eye?
Mm-mm.
Or is it a one a day thing?
The description is, if I'm not wrong, let me read. Actually,
Because then you can.
I think it's once per day.
Make sense if it was.
No, I think it's situational. It's undiscovered, which I now am.
Yeah.
Are you?
You're not seen, but you're discovered. Like things are
fair
expecting knives to come out. I think is a nice way of thinking about it.
They got the Dukes up.
Just like Daniel Craig.
And you know what? Like if the rule was like, oh yeah, you just kill everything, then I'd house rule in this instance to not have that happen.
Fair enough. I thought I'd try it. I thought,
That's fair. It's fair.
I still have a dose of a dose of nerve paralytic, which I could apply to a knife and throw it at the other salamander to mitigate, because that would make it lose one attack each round.
As I was saying, the figure looks directly at you, and you see you essentially see the figure that you've had the description of before. Of this is Sinead. He looks like a late teenager, maybe like early 20s at a push. He's like quite skinny, and he is just flickering completely in midair. It looks like his concentration breaks and the pools start to dry up, but just before that happens, a further salamander pulls itself out of the other pool. So there's 2 in this building and 1 that has slid back dead, as killed by Jude.
I want to run in.
Terrible idea.
Yeah, go on.
Piotr's worried. Piotr's worried about Jude.
Brawn test.
Okay. Do I get... So I've got 2 in fitness. I've got no brawn, but I am 10 foot tall.
Yes. I'll give you a situational dice for being 10 foot tall.
Okay, so 3 dice for me to run. So if this works, I want to run through...
The door's open! The door is exploded off its hinges!
Am I big enough? Am I small enough to fit through the door?
Well, if you crouch.
Yeah, but I want the immediacy, and I also want the distraction factor.
Yeah, I think it's
Jude's invisible.
No, but he is discovered.
So taking the fun away. let him crash through the wall, and it's a success. And
it worked.
Worked. So Piotyr smashes through the wall.
Scythe out.
Everyone's watching this. You got a town of people.
Complete what Kool-Aid guy thing.
Oh yeah.
Just shout, oh yeah. Smash him through the wall. Weakened. It's weakened slightly by the flames, but you get the sense that Piotyr could have crashed by the wall anyway. Siobhan's just put the Witcher 3 music in Discord.
You're welcome.
Combat music starts. These salamanders. Why do I hear boss music?
Yeah. So the I think this is a confrontation. There's been no plan. The salamanders. Sinead points towards you and like wordlessly utters something, and the salamanders just start traipsing towards you.
Rumpert witnesses the 10-foot man run through a wall, and in a sort of Gimli like I won't be outdone, gets back up and goes through the same hole.
The salamander leaps
Tanazart
at Piotyr.
takes her repeating crossbow off her back and just gently strolls towards the building.
Does Tanazart go through the hole or through the door?
Through the hole.
Yeah.
So, can I have Martha just sit in the doorway?
Yeah. Catch anything that tries to get out. But the point is, you've not made a plan, so you're not getting to act first. All of these actions will take place on your turns, but it's not your turn. It is the monster's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Sinead vanishes, just flickers and disappears. The first salamander rushes at Piotyr and leaps at you. Can you make a brawn test for me, please?
Yeah, I can.
Still 10 foot.
Still 10 foot, so I'm gonna have that extra dice.
That's a success. All right. So you throw the salamander off, but it gouges down your arm on the way. You take a station's worth of damage. The other one just opens its jaw and breathes out a spout of fire towards you, Piotyr. Do you want to try and dodge that?
Do I have a choice?
Yeah, you could always choose to dodge.
Then I will choose.
It's just like you might want to save it for later. I don't know.
These won't take long. Dodge.
Yeah, no, I'll dodge.
All right, go for it. That's your dexterity.
Ooh.
You get one less dice every time you try to dodge during confrontation until you can't do it.
Okay. So that's just going to be a little.
Got to run that stamina meter down.
Double successes.
Oh, it's so good. It's such a good dodge as well.
So what? Do you just like, as soon as the like billowing flame just comes out of the salamander's mouth, you just sort of roll to the side?
I kind of almost judo the flame. I use the flame
hold on.
like weight against it. And
you firebend
the weight of the flame.
I kind of
hold on. Stop. Is he still holding the other salamander?
Go on then.
I've got
do you just block the fire with the salamander?
Allow the smaller salamander to absorb the fire.
Oh wait, yeah. Can I just like dodge the other salamander into it because I have a double success? I got 2 5s.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, a salamander being hit by fire doesn't care. Like, it's just, fuck. So you block this salamander flame with this salamander, and this salamander just starts just jittering and just starts roaring, and it just starts lashing out stronger and stronger and stronger. You feel like its muscles just bulge as it just gets hit with this flame.
It's been empowered,
and it just bites at your neck for another damage.
Right, nice, cool.
You just made it stronger. I
see. Look good, didn't it? Though
it did look cool. It did look cool. So thanks for that. But bad. Right, it's your guys to go. What are you gonna do?
Rumpert comes in and he attacks the empowered salamander with his axe.
So while Pyotyr's still holding it.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it. Make a weaponry test, please.
Okay, so Rumpy has also, because Rumpert has a double-headed battle axe, he gets it has the smasher trait, which means I can roll brawn after a successful thing to get extra damage. So 3 not skilled in weaponry, but I do have military tactics. Situational?
Not here. I think like it's not very tactical to rush into a building and hit something with an axe.
That's fair. That is very fair.
Ultimately, though, it's what they least expect.
I don't think salamanders are expecting much.
That's 2 successes.
Yeah, so you just slam your axe through it. How much damage does it do?
So that does +2 damage.
Right, lovely.
And then I'm also going to re-roll for the brawn, which is 4d6. This is what Rumpert was made for. And that's a success.
Yeah, lovely. All right, so you smash the salamander to the floor and you just completely wind it, and it's not going to be able to use its fire breath again for a little bit at least. Oh yeah, fighting the salamanders in a burning building is a real wild vibe. So Piotyr, Tanazart, Jude, what's the plan?
I'll let everyone else do stuff first.
Have I got a salamander on my arm anymore? Or is it on the floor?
No, I just smacked that to the floor.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that's on the floor. So they're both on the floor, but one of them's really right at my feet, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think what I want to do is I would like to. I've only got the one action, so this is tough. This is tough for me.
You have an action, but you can also move.
Yeah, but no, I don't really want to move anywhere.
Why did you just like bring your scythe down onto the one on the floor? Because I don't think it's got much health yet left.
Well, I'm thinking what to do, because I've got Kestros darts, and I kind of want to just like stab them into the salamander, because I don't want to be like using this big, huge, sweeping weapon unless I can really get both of them in one go. Are they close enough for me to hit both of them?
No, they're like one of them is sort of mid range from you. The other's close.
Okay, then I'm going to use my Kestros dart and I'm going to hold it in my big hand, and I'm going to just stab it into this salamander on the floor in the hopes of getting a successful attack, because it's a quick weapon. So if I get a successful attack, I can then attempt another one for free.
I also think it's a thrown weapon, isn't it?
You can stab anything you can throw with.
Yeah, I just mean that I might take away the quick for using it as a stabby thing.
What? How is it less quick to throw it?
How about this? You stab it and then you throw a second.
How about that?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
All right, yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, cool, nice. What do I roll? Just 2 dice? 1 dice?
Weaponry.
Oh no.
Oh, to be fair, you're using it how you would use it anyway. So yeah, just like double stab if you want. That is a fail, I'm afraid. So you bring the dart down, and the salamander just sort of burps fire in a way that you have to just stagger back away from it. Yeah, Tanazart.
Well, Tanazart will see the one that's writhing on the ground, and she'll just aim down sights on her crossbow and send a bolt off.
Brilliant. Weaponry, please.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, that's very good. What crossbow is it? Mercenary?
Repeating.
Oh, okay.
So right, here it comes again.
Go on again.
Yes.
Second attack.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Salamander is so dead.
yeah, you just
shit.
shoot both bolts through the salamander and pin it to the ground.
Oh wait, so that's 2 damage, because it's the flat one, and then a +1 from the crossbow itself, and then another one, and then so is that 4?
That's 4 damage. 4 damage. Yeah. It billows up in flame and then sinks into the ground, just like a mess of fire and rock. Jude, do you want to do anything to the other one?
I know that the people in the party can deal with it, and that we have 2 medics that could deal with the injuries afterwards. Is there anything in this building that I can be alerted, that I can alert myself to and sort of get to that is of import to us. Me being immune to fire and magical fire and stuff. Something that we could recover before the fire consumes it, like a person, an object of import. I don't know.
So there's Alan Day and Slissa's offices in this building. You don't know exactly where, but they're going to be upstairs somewhere. You could try and dart through upstairs and see if you can uncover anything before the building's totally consumed.
That might be a good idea, Jude.
Can I attack and then do that, or would that take too much time?
You can do an attack while you're running off.
Okay, I will throw daggers, and I have the quick thing to them from something that I'm sure I've at some point.
Lightning hands.
Lightning hands. There we go. I'm not going to empower them with any nerve paralysis because I feel like I would like more doses on another day if possible.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just roll this weaponry. If I miss, I don't care. I do not miss.
Yep,
let me
hits.
roll the other one. Can I make a note now that I would like for someone to collect these daggers once they're, because I want to recover them, please? Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Narratively, I mean. Well, just one hit. That's fine.
Yep. So
and I dash off to the offices.
Yeah, the dagger sinks into the salamanders. You're dashing up the stairs. Can you make an insight test for me?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll sort of roll this into your next turn as well as you find the right place. Yeah, lovely. So you're able to very quickly pick out, in the stressful, fiery situation, which offices. You see Blinkley's door is open and his room is completely aflame.
Interesting.
So the salamander rushes towards the three of you that are quite closely compacted, and opens up its mouth and just bursts out a complete torrent of fire towards the whole three of you.
I would like to dodge.
I would also like
Can I
to
throw myself in the way because I don't have a to block? I'm huge.
How much fitness do you have?
I've got 2 fitness.
You've got one more dice to dodge with.
Yeah, I want to save
try
that.
and dodge.
I want to save
What
that.
for? This salamander
Like
is...
I've got 3d6 to dodge with. Siobhan does as well. Also, does my will my blanket, my wet cloak count for anything?
You're not
I
wearing
think it's probably dry now.
Oh no, I'm not wearing it, am I? I'm not wearing it. You're quite right.
I'll try and dodge.
I'm going to try and dodge.
Yeah,
I'm
I think.
not going to dodge. I'm saving my dodge.
Right. Piotyr, you take 2 damage and minor injury from Salamander's breath. Yeah, that was its turn, attacking all three of you. So we'll go back to Jude first off. So Jude, you're able to very quickly find Alan Day and Slissa's offices are right next to each other. You crack open the door to the first one you see, and
I would like to think that Jude would smash them open because
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think there's any time to gently open any doors.
you put the back of your palm on the door to feel the heat from the other side, and then you smash it open. And in the chair, so in Alan Day's chair, and then soon you'll learn in Slissa's chair, are their bodies.
This was an attempt to dispose of the merchant venturers.
Surely I'm a good enough account to say that they are there, right? I don't need to recover their bodies.
Don't think so, no.
Does the party think I should look for stuff that I should
Search
take
their
with me?
desks.
Search their
Look
desks.
for stuff.
Yeah, you've got the insight test success. So is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Any of the documentation that could link them up to what we were trying to do earlier to sort of uncover the...
Or links to Scotland, links to what had happened to the to Sinead's clan, to the MacLeods.
Okay, so I think as you're rooting through Alan Day's desk, and then Slissa's shortly afterwards, you find 2 matching ledgers that are hidden underneath the drawers that are pretty much broken apart. The rooms are a bit of a mess. Can God, that's so like. Oh, they're a bit of a mess. The building's on fire. Come on. But yeah, you find 2 matching ledgers that are hidden in opportune places, and you don't get a chance to mosey through them right now because building's on fire. Speaking of downstairs,
I just take them.
Yeah. Downstairs, who's going to try and?
I'm going to roll for Rumpert to charge over and attempt to kind of thwack it as hard as he can with his axe.
Lovely. Ooh, not a chance.
Point.
Fate. All right.
If you touch a salamander like this, is it hot to the touch? Or is that just on the inside?
Yes, they are embodied fire.
So that's 2 successes on that first smack. And then I'm going to roll again for the brawn, see if I get extra damage, which I bloody do.
Right. So yeah. Is there anything in particular that you're trying to do to the salamander with your smasher?
I think in an ideal world, I'd have hit it so hard that I split it right up the middle. I will equally take smacking it hard in the side. If that's not a killing stroke, I'll take the smacking it in the side so it goes launching into a wall.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing in my head. Because it's not a killing stroke. Because I think that's is that. Sorry, what was the bonus on?
So it's a successful attack with the +2 from the axe.
Yep.
And then it's another +1 from the brawn.
That's all of that. I don't think the brawn does extra damage. It's just like an extra effect.
Okay, right, that's fine.
And so Tanazart, Piotyr, the salamander goes flying into a wall.
Shoot at it.
I'm going to try and pin it to the wall.
Shoot!
There we go.
Oh, I love this visual. I love this visual of trying to shoot it right then and there.
Here she comes.
Oh yeah, if you do what you did last turn, you just get to pin it to the wall. You didn't.
No, I do not.
Last turn. So the bolt just slides to where the salamander was before Rumpert threw it across the room. And Piotyr, this is your chance.
Okay. Does it look weak? Like, do we think it's like near death?
It's
winded.
It's looking like usually it would be pretty weak, but like it is very emboldened by being literally on fire.
Can I grab it and throw it out into the rain?
No.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you just cut it down?
Yes.
So unnecessary.
Because it's emboldened,
Yeah, but the rain where people can see the monster.
Don't show the people the salamander.
We've carved a hole in the wall. If they
oh my god, Martha's there.
You did.
Can Martha see the salamander?
Yeah.
Oh, can I get Martha to attack it too?
Yeah. Well, you can get Martha to help or help someone or attack it herself. I can't remember off the top of my head. That roll. I think it's 1 or 2
Martha
dice.
can attack by herself with 2 dice.
I think 2 dice.
Let me try and see if she can hit the salamander with a knife.
No, she cannot. Okay.
Right, Piotyr, what do you want to do?
I'm throwing it out in the rain.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. I'm begging you, don't do that.
But why? Hysteria is so high anyway.
Throw it out in the rain. Think about the hysteria rise, and then think about the hysteria fall for the 10-foot man killing the salamander.
Yeah, this is a PR move.
Can you throw out the back window into the rain, the one that Jude came through?
We're too far from that.
Can I see that back window? Because I feel like we're pretty close to the hole.
You can throw it out a side window, but it's likely that, and there's not a huge crowd outside. There are people outside, but like it is really, really stormy.
Also, if you throw it out the rain, it can escape easier.
It'll be hurt by the rain, though.
Yeah,
it'll be hurt by his bloody scythe. There's 3 of us.
All right, come on. I want to see it thrown out the building.
I'm asking the party to put their faith in my PR and my general people skills and ability to spin.
Once Piotyr throws it outside, can I use my maneuver to also move outside?
Yeah. So give us a brawn.
Can I just ask? You said like the fire brigade like arrives with big buckets.
Mm-hmm.
How big are these buckets?
You're gonna try and drown a salamander.
I want to throw it in the big vat.
Oh yeah, go for it. Absolutely. Give me a brawn test. I'll give you a damage for every success you get. And then I'll give you, a little bit extra if it is a weakness to the salamander. Who could know?
Big moment, big moment, big moment.
Oh, that's so you got a lot of sixes there, but this is a confrontation, so that's just a fail. Unless, of course, you throw some fate points at it, but I
don't have any.
Okay, so Piotyr, you pick up the salamander. It's pretty much, it's so fucking hot. It's so hot. You just
I couldn't have foreseen this.
Picks up a boiling lizard.
Yeah, you just pick up. Yeah, you pick up a boiling lizard. I'm gonna make you take a damage for that. Because that was a significant fail at the moment. That could have been really cool.
It could have been so good.
I'm only damaging you because I'm annoyed it didn't happen.
You're just disappointed. You're not angry.
Yeah, no. And
I am.
Damn. All right. So it's the salamander's turn, and so it leaps on Piotyr.
Yeah.
Starts going to town. Piotyr, can you make a brawn test, please?
Can I not dodge?
Grabbing at salamanders.
Can I not dodge this one?
Yeah, I suppose you can.
Yeah, cool. I'll dodge that. So that's just 2 dice.
There's 1 dice now.
Oh.
You can re-roll it. There's a 6 and a 4. The 4 I usually I'd knock off, but I'll let you re-roll that 1 dice. That's a 3. That's a fail. So yeah, it just leaps on you, and it starts just scratching and biting, and it's very hot as well. It brings you to the ground, as it does 3 damage to you.
3 damage.
Yes, 3.
You're gonna be damn near death.
I think that puts me at all 8 of my hit points.
How far
Don't go
away
over it.
am I from Piotyr?
You're all in close. This is a pretty confined space.
Right. Good. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to aim the crossbow. Is it still on him?
Yes.
Oh, well then I'm just going to draw.
I've got a knife.
I'm going to draw my takoba and try to thrust it through the salamander.
Oh, incredible. Go on then.
Right, here we come.
No. Oh God.
Oh Jesus, that's
triple
More like a
6.
failure.
That just didn't work.
Oh.
And I have no fate points. So
Oh.
Rumpert.
It's on you.
Please help.
Rumpert reaches into his belt and pulls out a small Genoese knife. Actually, can I hit it with the axe? I'm going to hit it with my axe.
Please hit it. Piotyr,
I'm going to fate point
it with the axe.
So, sorry, I should also say, Piotyr, can you make me a resistance test? Because you should also be taking a moderate injury from all of that damage.
Oh, good. Oh, with my 1 in Constitution and no resistance. I'm sure this will go well.
All right, so yeah, you got a minor injury, and then Rumpert.
I'm unconscious, probably.
Yeah, Rumpert leaps forward and just punts the salamander off of Piotyr. Oh no! You do what you wanted to do before. Just a gut shot. Rip it open, and it just sort of expels a burst of flame out of its little belly, and then falls back onto its back, and sinks into the ground.
So remember, like a few sessions ago, when I said, "Why don't we listen to Fionn?" and Josh said, "I'm never listening to Fionn."
I don't recall that.
I do. There is evidence on Spotify, on Apple Music, on all the other places that you, good listener, can listen to this here podcast.
There is evidence against this.
Now who's gonna die?
So
you musty Russian bitch.
I recommend getting out of the building with
somebody.
Piotyr.
Drag me out, please.
I'm gonna drag Piotyr out of the building.
I'm very grateful.
So The fire brigade did not intervene after the 10-foot man smashed through the building. When the 10-foot man is dragged out of the building, they start putting the fires out. You get like a stern talking to from the same one that said to Rumpert to not go inside. They're just like, well, look, you come out with no one extra, and you've just put yourselves in danger. That was a silly thing to have done, you very tall man. I think.
Can't you see that the man's unconscious after trying to rescue unknown hundreds from this building? Give us some space, for pity's sake.
He just holds up his hands and he heads back to the buckets. He's fuming.
Rumpert goes to a bucket, cuts some water in his hand, and kind of like meagerly tosses it onto the face of Piotyr.
Tanazart stands tutting above the scene.
Jude, you've come out with the books by this point.
Not that anyone can see me.
Stay in.
Yeah.
Can I tend to Piotyr immediately?
Yeah, sure.
I will argue that
Even
even though this is a situation where he should have died, he is still 10 feet tall.
No, he shouldn't have died. If you hit your maximum, you're fine. It's if you exceed your maximum.
Very good. Is this a situation where I could use my doctor thing from being a doctor?
That's a very good question. Let me look at the doctor thing from being a doctor.
Oh, I can read it to you as opposed to you having to look through it.
I'm very good at going through PDFs now. Over arrest, if you tend to someone instead of it. All right. You can do that tonight, which I assume you're going to go and rest now.
Yeah.
Do you
drag me to the bishop's chambers?
I think because you're still within a turn of when Piotyr took all of those injuries, sort of technically. Do you want to try and
do a medicine test?
Yeah. I'm just going to try and find the rules for that, but
I'm going to roll 5 dice because I know everything about medicine.
Yeah, it's very fair. Well,
Backward.
There's some successes. Let's see what that does. Yeah, if you tend wounds, you can take a one of those stations down one, Piotyr.
Okay. That's nice.
So I've got 1 health.
I have another question.
Yep.
It hasn't been that long, right? It's been 15, 20 minutes?
Pretty much, yeah. You're still very invisible.
So I'm still invisible. I have been very upset at myself that I do not have an offhand weapon in the shape of a knife. And I do not want to spend money on it. Can I just break into a building and steal a knife?
You can...
Since I am invisible, nobody will know what's happening.
We can buy you a knife.
I don't want to. I want to steal one.
I don't know that that's the most pressing issue right now, Jude.
And I get shamed for wanting to throw a salamander. My goodness.
You got shamed for a lot of things there. That was a cumulative shaming for about 8 podcasts worth of incidents.
Or is there anyone around us that has a knife that I can just steal? Because I do have sneak thief.
Yeah, make me a skullduggery test. If you get a success, you can have a knife.
Can I add Martha to this just because she's there and she has +1 on steel gloves?
So you just whisper to Martha, just like, it's time.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Yay!
Oh, there's a success in there. Incredible.
Good lord.
There were a lot of not successes in there.
Yay!
5 dice.
So
I'm so pleased. Can I get Martha to steal me a knife?
Oh my god, incredible. Yeah, let's see. You get a dirk.
Yes! I'm so pleased. I'm going to be hacking at everyone so much.
Did Martha just steal Daddy McLeod's knife?
He's not with us.
Who's carrying a dirk?
Someone must, right?
Oh yeah, dirk's a short sword, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's a knife. Dirk's
It's a knife. It's a knife.
Small straight knife.
But it's typically a Scottish knife.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased.
If you type in dirk into Google Images, you get...
It's just a footballer.
Yeah. I think it's... Is it football? I think it's a basketball player.
Dirk Kite.
Hey, never mind.
Those are very different uniforms.
I think any like long stabbing knife is sort of like dirkish. So it's dirkish. It is games dirk rather than real dirk.
Dirk literally translates to knife. like in Scots.
Big fan of that. I just know it from like
something
it's
Dirk adjacent has been found.
yeah, Dirkish knife. Right, lovely. What a start. Do you want to go and rest?
Yeah.
Might be an idea.
Is there anything that we can do to ward ourselves while we are asleep? For any dreaming invasion?
I think that's a very sensible thing
Piotyr
to do.
can.
I don't know if I'm physically able.
So yeah, Piotyr, how are you looking right now?
Just burnt and rugged.
What I imagine is the hand is burnt severely. Like one of my hands is just like heavily burned. I imagine that I've taken some minor to severe burns about sort of like the chest or armor, and at least some to the face. I imagine like I may have lost some, if not all, of my hair in this.
I love that you're about to go back to the bishops.
Still 10 foot and sleep in that bed.
Yeah.
I presume Jude is going with him.
With Rumpert.
Well,
you need Jude to heal you over the night.
Yeah, this is true. Rumpert will
come with me to Lady Chastlis.
That's what I do. Rumpert is furious. Oh, actually, bloody hell. I've just remembered Rumpert can do something. Rumpert can do a thing.
What did he do?
Oh, no, that doesn't count. So I was about to say battle hardened might have worked here, but it only works if none of my allies are harmed.
Siobhan, I'm sure you're on top of it, but I want to question. Do you want to take a clue of what just happened?
I absolutely do.
That only takes really obvious things as clues.
I have a different question. Shouldn't we all be going in the same place so we could all be benefiting from Piotyr?
Piotyr can't cast it on all of us.
Okay.
It'll only be some of us anyway.
So you know that the hand didn't spot you.
Yeah, I've not been seen. I've just never been seen by the hand.
So the hand only saw Piotyr and
Eli?
Yeah.
I would like to advocate for the fact that Eli and Jude should go with Piotyr because I want to heal Piotyr and I want Eli to heal me over the night. I'm sick of going around with an injury.
There was that point an age ago where we were like, using injuries as evidence. That's incredible. That's
it's
wild.
Done. It's we no longer need it.
But now we're done with it. Tired. Right. So you head off to try and rest and recuperate. So what current mechanical injuries do?
Hold on. I have another question. Sorry. Is there anything else that I know from Martha from having spied on Spanish Jude and Eli and then coming back to alert us?
Yes. Right. Keira Knightley went into so the reason that Martha found this building on fire at a very different place in the city is because she followed the figure that you saw in the building from Keira Knightley's house. Keira Knightley went in, Keira Knightley didn't come out, figure came out, figure went to Sinead came out.
Keira Knightley lives.
Keira Knightley lives. I will fucking hack at this bitch like there is no fucking tomorrow. This traitorous. I am so mad.
This
I don't know that she's traitorous.
whore.
You stabbed her with 2 knives.
I don't care. I'm going back to her house and I'm finishing the job.
Oh my goodness.
Good Lord. Tomorrow, have a sleep.
Yeah. Now I have another knife. She will be so dead.
Now I have a knife.
Yeah. So yes, that's what Martha relates to you after the drama of the evening is over, and you're somehow transporting Piotyr to the Bishop Thornborough's house. So the healing. What mechanical injuries does Piotyr have right now? What minors and moderates?
I've probably got a moderate or minor burn about me, I would assume. And I can't remember if I recovered entirely from my battering by the cathedral.
You did
I was
because
Cathedral,
you were,
yes.
I was tended to by the doctor, but did that cure the injury? Or was I just kind of like brushed up
I don't
and,
remember.
patted on the back?
No,
so you-
the doctor tended to the injury. You have 2 minor injuries, both from salamanders. One from fiery spout, one from touching one.
Yeah, you don't have any moderates apart from the
Okay.
cathedral, but I think the cathedral was
The
Also
cathedral,
tended-
minor
the cathedral was a
injury?
minor, and that was tended to.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right, brilliant. So yeah, you don't have any moderate injuries, which means that Jude tending to you can get rid of one of your injuries, and you can get yourself back down with a night's rest to 3 stations. So that's
Oh.
pretty good.
Amazing. Right is right.
so
Ready
bad.
to go right back and do it all over again.
Can I assume that my hand will find, well, my arm really will finally be fine in the morning?
Yeah, we'll get Mo to roll that
Thank you.
when for next session. In fact, I think that was a pretty dramatic session as it is, and considering Mo's got some night actions to do, we might just end it there a little bit early.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's quite dramatic. It's quite cool. So let's quickly go. What's the plan for tomorrow?
Okay, so plan for tomorrow, we need to talk to the Scots about how we're going to draw. This is Fionn planning, this is not Rumpert. Someone else can come up with this, narratively speaking. We need to find a way to draw Sinead to us. He seems very angry at the merchant venturers, so we need to work out a way to translate the remains of those things that Jude stole.
Well, how about Jude goes on a vengeful streak and captures Keira Knightley, and then we can use the other dream person, the other dream walker, to maybe use her as a conduit to lure him out.
That's not a bad shout.
Thank you.
Kidnapping, though, is a crime. Fortuitously, we can link her with our constabulary friends.
There we go.
And just arrest her.
So I seem to remember, and I don't want to provoke any plans, but at one point you were saying last time you want to find out where Blinkley lives.
Because Blinkley's office was totally consumed. His body was not there, for what we can tell. It seems like Blinkley has arranged the deaths of his co-conspirators.
Okay, so we will report to Lady Chastley, Tanazart, and Rumpert, and try and organise a raid of Blinkley's house, as well as Penelope Cruz. I'm not calling her Keira Knightley.
I suppose Jude and Eli could go for her, as they are both sneaky, whatever.
Before we raid Blinkley, I want to study both of those ledgers. Yeah.
And I think we should make way to get that relic for Saint Agnes.
Well,
that's already happening.
I was going to say, like, the bishop is already giving me that relic, and when I have that, I've got all 4 of the relics that we need to shut down the big bad, basically.
Good.
I want to talk to the other Scottish.
And on the way to Blinkley's, let's us pass through the docks. I'm recruiting an accountant.
Why an accountant?
So that he can better understand what's going on in the ledgers.
Yeah, those ledgers you've just done, Nick.
Rumpert can try and handle getting the dream, organising the Dreamwalkers with the Scots.
Well, I want to talk to that. I want to talk to that Scottish Dreamwalker. I feel like I've got some things to discuss and plan with her.
Lovely. All right. Well, let's have that next time, and we'll see what Wallace Blick has been up to.
Elton Swithin.
And Elton Swithin. Unfortunately, I'd much rather it was just. I miss the days that it was just Wallace fumbling about. Yeah, lovely. So all that's left to do is say thank you for listening. I hope you had a fun time. I definitely did. And yeah, you can find us at Daemonologie RPG. That's DAE
Monologie
with an IE instead of a Y. And the music that you've been listening to is by Tasha Soffler, and the graphic design is by Oscar Russell of Watchtower Design. And I'll see you all next time.
Bye.
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 Oh,
There's not enough mentions of Piotyr fucking it in this.
It's because he very rarely fucks it. He very rarely fucks it. He's always
your pudding.
Always able to just claw it back.